Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So this is chapter 3 of Blood and Venom Symbiomancer, the final chapter of the current event quest. You can see the team that I went in here with. Same team that I've been going through this content with. I do change up the team slightly for the final quest. Alright, so once again, I just want to explain that this video is for the purpose of just giving you guys a look at the current content. It's not to showcase my champions. Yes, I am using top champions to get through this content. It's not easy, but having higher ranked champions obviously help. That's something that I work towards. I got very lucky and pulled a Corvus, and I kept getting lucky and pulling Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. If you've seen my crystal openings, you know how lucky I've gotten, duped him at least 5 times. But in any case, this is just to show you guys what the content is and maybe to help you out when you're going through it. Now normally I choose the easiest path. I'll scout it out. I don't think I did that in this case. You saw the nodes. I didn't check the node here, but on the next quest you'll see it's a brute force. And usually the easiest path doesn't have any of those types of boosts. So I don't know what the actual easy path is, but scout it out and check before you just follow the path that I chose, because I don't believe that's the easiest path. Alright, so I'm using Corvus here. I saw a tech and it's Ultron, so I'm hoping maybe I can get 2 missions done here. But of course, when you want Ultron to evade, that's when he doesn't want to evade. So I'm sitting here still trying to get him to evade. He won't evade. I'm attacking him, hoping he'll evade, and then he evades just before I kill him. Classic Ultron. But I did get 1 mission done, so it's all good. Alright, so let's see. I forgot who is next up. Let's see. Okay, it's a Black Panther. Nothing too fancy about fighting him. You can evade both of his specials pretty easily. If you know how to fight Black Panther, then you're not going to have any problems fighting this guy. And as you saw there, it is brute force. I do try to check the nodes a little bit more regularly, because I found in a couple of cases they changed based on who I was fighting. So I'm a little bit wary and I try to check the nodes a little bit more now. Alright, there's the evade the special 2. And Angela is a beast. I like her, especially when I'm running suicides. You see that regen that she has on her. Love it. Down he goes. I didn't mind getting her as a 6-star the first time, but getting her as a 6-star the second time, that kind of hurt. Alright, so next up we've got Red Hulk. And I think I told you before in a previous video, since I've gone through Labyrinth of Legends and fought him quite a few times, I'm not really scared of Red Hulk wherever I meet him. He can still be a pain if the node makes him a pain, but I know his animations very well and I know how to fight him, so I just basically go ahead and take him down, bait those L1s out as much as possible. His L2 is also easy to evade, but not as easy as the L1, and you can get caught if you get the timing wrong, or if you have the distance a little bit further away than you think. That can kind of mess you up, because it seems like that one right there. And have you guys noticed how it disappears? I found this to be the case. Anybody that has a projectile type attack and a multi-part special, the last part, the very last ones just disappear. You've seen it for Red Hulk. Gambit, you may see it there too. Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, he does it. Pretty much anyone that has a projectile type. I wonder when they're going to fix that. But let's see. I don't remember if I did that for Gambit. If I evaded his special one and showed it. Let's see. He may not even get to throw it. Nope, he didn't. Ah, Corvus. I definitely do not regret ranking my Corvus up to 5. I hadn't played with him a lot, but I saw videos and I heard a lot of people talking about him, and I said, okay, if I get him, I may rank him up. I put him on my wanted list, and I pulled him out of a single 5-star crystal, and as soon as I could, I ranked 5'd him. Alright, so next up we've got Ghost Rider, and I forgot to check the node, but I was hoping that it wouldn't be too crazy, and when I saw here I didn't even build up poise charges and I was eating away at his health, I figured I should be okay. You see that regen, so that let me know it was probably, what is it, masochism? I forget. I think it's masochism that does that. Or is it buffet? One of those. But it is what it is. I'm pretty sure at this point that Starkey can out damage whatever that is, and he does. So not too much of a problem there, but I do need to be a little bit more diligent in checking those nodes. Alright, so we come to this Venom Duck, and I'm not gonna lie, I am not a fan of Howard the Duck. I hate the sounds he makes. His L2 is pretty powerful, but don't like him. So when I saw that they were coming with another version of him, I said, okay, well, we'll see. I'm not too much of a fan of how he looks either, but the main thing that I was interested in here was if he made those annoying sounds. And I'm happy to report it does not seem that he does. Alright, so you guys are seeing all the active buffs. I didn't see anything that made me worried or anything like that, but keep in mind this is the first time I'm facing this this opponent here, and so I don't know his animations, so I'm just trying to play a little bit conservatively, and he seems to be doing the same. He's fighting a little bit more passively than I was expecting him to. And you see how he's holding block and building up his power, and that's going to catch me. One thing that you guys need to realize on this node is that you build up your power by holding block. Alright, you see there I tried to evade and got caught by the second one. Alright, but down he went. Very, very easy. Not too worried about him. If you do get him, I would advise you not to put him in Alliance War defense. He does not seem like he would make a very good defender at all. Alright, so that's the end of quest 1 of the final chapter. And now we are going to begin the last quest of the final chapter and face that strange symbiote or Sorcerer Supreme symbiote, whatever you call him. And just a little preview, I found him a little bit more fun than Howard or even that golden symbiote. Now you see here I told you before that I changed my team up a little bit. I brought in Gladiator Hulk because I heard that he does pretty well against this boss, so I figured I'll save him for a little bit, go in with some of my other guys, try and learn the animations, and then go in with Gladiator Hulk and see how well he does. So first up, they were very nice and they gave me someone to get a mission on right off the bat. This mission I have to let her auto block. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about getting parried when she auto blocks like I would against an opponent who has, of course, parry trained. Alright, so you can see here, boom, the auto block. So now all I have to do is knock her down either with a special or a heavy. There's the heavy. My mission is complete. Alright, so now I can just fight her, get her down, and I have one mission. And I practiced a lot against fighting against this Medusa. I got wrecked the first time I tried to fight a Medusa. I went in with my Hyperion, with my Starkey. It was not pretty, and I was determined that that wouldn't happen again. And so I practiced and practiced and learned how to intercept her heavies with my heavies, and I think I do fairly decently against her. And that was before I got Corvus. Once I got Corvus, oh man, she goes down real quick. Alright, so next up we've got Archangel, and that's another mission. He's a mutant, so I can get him down and get that mutant mission completed. Now the only thing that I am very wary about when fighting Archangel is when I'm running suicides. All he has to do is catch me one good time, and usually that's it. He'll get those neurotoxins on me and it's over. Now Corvus was able to take him down pretty easily, but one thing that I sometimes forget to keep from doing is hitting into Archangel's block, because that will poison, and Corvus is not immune to poison. It's just the bleed. Alright, so next up we've got a tech. So I looked at that and I said, okay, I think I got a handle on how to do this. So I'm just racking up missions. Alright, and he's really easy to take out, especially with Corvus. As you see, he didn't even get a chance to get a special off. Again, I am running suicide, so Corvus is doing a lot of damage. And next up, we've got Ronin. And I've never had a problem fighting Ronin. I mean, when I first saw him and I didn't know his animations, I think I got caught a couple of times by his L1. I think I rushed in right when he intercepted me with it. It was not pretty. But there's something that I forgot. See that right there? That I forgot. I read it, I skimmed over it, but when he does his specials, he goes unstoppable. That's the node. I believe that's the aspect of war. And I missed that part, and I paid for it. So you see, now I'm just like, oh boy. And I'm running suicides, my health is low. Not a good look, because if he gets me down low enough, my suicides will kill me. And so at this point, I'm just like, whatever, I'm just going to get him down and go down. I was not going to try to heal up, because it looked like he was just waiting for me to try to do that. And so I just said I just do as much damage I can before I go down. And then you see I went back in here, and you see that line towards the bottom. That's the line that I missed. But now that I know, I went back in here, went in with Iceman for no reason other than haven't used him yet, and he had full health. And I wouldn't use Corvus. I could have, but why? You know, I've been using him all this time, so give Iceman a little bit of a chance here. Alright, so down goes Ronin. And I think, who was the next one? Next one, yeah, Agent Venom. Now, Agent Venom can be very tricky to fight. And depending on your masteries, if you have your masteries set up such that you have some extra long stuns, there is a way to stun him, and you have to be very quick though. Even with that mastery setup, you have to be very quick, and after you stun him, you can attack. Most people just prefer to stun and then just wait to see if he's going to shrug it off. But that tenacity, boy, that's what makes him so difficult. But you'll see in a minute here, because I believe I usually try to attack him right after I get all my poise charges up, and he'll attack when I'm near the wall. I've noticed that the AI likes to do that. See, I'm very close to the wall there, and so I start hitting him to get him away from me. And let's see, because I know I usually try to stun him if I can't bait out his heavy or his specials. Yeah, I'm against the wall here, and I attack him. And look at that. Look at my health. I hate that particular node. It switches the bars around. I forget which one that's called. Is that aspect of war, aspect of chaos? One of those. But that can get you killed. But if you work it right and you go in with very little health, you can actually take them out and come away with their health bar and get yourself at full. And I've done that a few times. Yeah, aspect of chaos. That's what it is. And it is so annoying. And I don't think I looked at the node before I went in there. Not too well, because when it happened I was surprised. I remember that. I need to read more carefully. And look at how aggressive this Dormammu is. Just like how Venom starts out a lot, the AI does this often. It'll be really aggressive. Now here I thought I was going to get him. One hit away and it switched back. All I needed was one more hit and I would have had all that health. So now I'm worried. I'm in the corner and I'm just like, you know what, I have to start hitting him or else he's going to get me. And boom. And you know, Starkey does so much damage, so I came away with more health than I went in there with, at least. So it is what it is. I did come out ahead. Alright, so now finally we come to this Symbiote Sorcerer Supreme. And I'll show you guys the buffs that we're looking at here. And all I can tell you is that my first try at this guy was a learning experience. That nullify that he does, which also does damage to you, beware of that. That is ugly. And if you get hit with any of his specials, they hurt a lot. His special 1 hurts a lot. So watch what happens to my Starkey. So I do like what I normally do, build up these poise charges. Now keep in mind I don't know his animations at all, so I'm trying to stay away, build up the poise, but at the same time I'm nervous because I want to, you know, see what his animations are. I don't know what his heavy looks like, I don't know what his special 1 looks like. And look at that, it caught me with the second one. And look at this, look how much damage, and I'm in the corner. He does a heavy that's like carnages and just wrecks me. And so I was just sitting there going, wow, I didn't even get a chance to hit him. Not even one hit, I don't believe. So I said, okay, pick myself back up, go in with Iceman. Not that I thought that I was going to take him down with Iceman, but at least Iceman might survive a little bit so that I can learn his animations. Now, did you see in the beginning how Iceman lost a lot of health? That's because he nullified his ice armor. He nullifies those buffs, and then what he did right there again, and you take damage. Look at that, man. That special 2 is the main reason why I haven't been able to one-shot him with Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. I always get caught by that. Even when I try to block it, I take so much damage, it's just not funny. And when I try to do any kind of power control, it doesn't work against him. If you saw the node, 90% chance for power, any kind of power drains to fail. So Down goes Iceman, but I came away with a little bit more knowledge. So I said, you know what? Let me see how well Gladiator Hulk does. And at this point, I'm wondering if I'm going to have to revive. So Gladiator Hulk, I now know a little bit more about his animations, so you'll see I'm fighting a little bit more aggressively here. And Gladiator Hulk is tearing him up. He's doing that work. Okay, so look at this. I don't know how I got clipped there, but that's okay. Hit him with that L2, and look at his health. Just going down, just going down. And so I'm like, okay, Hulk can do this. And I go right in, because I have seen that one. And it didn't stun him, or else I probably could have finished it right there. Okay, so I'm just trying to hit him. I should have continued hitting him there. But he nullified me. Nothing I could do. I can't evade that, can't do anything about that. No blocking it. So down goes Gladiator Hulk. Now, I've already told you guys what he does in the beginning when you have buffs. Now, when this is over, I'm gonna pause it so you can see what happens. But look at what happens to Corvus. Right as the start fight. Boom. Look at his health. That almost got me, because I'm sitting here going, okay, I'm just gonna be able to take him out really quickly. He only has a little bit of health left. And I saw that, and I was like, what in the world just happened? So let's take another look at that, and I'll try to explain what I believe happened. Alright, so you see the cruelty buffs. I have 4 of them because I completed 4 missions. Every time you complete a mission with Corvus, you get a persistent charge, and each persistent charge gives you a cruelty buff. Alright, now look at the buff that the Supreme Symbiote has. That is one of his abilities. And that actually has a 100% chance to nullify all buffs on his opponent. And for each buff that it nullifies, it does damage. And by my calculation, it did 6,979.25 points of damage per cruelty buff. And you can see the damage that it did there. 27,000 points of damage. And the cruelty buffs are nowhere to be seen. So it nullified the cruelty buffs and hit me with 27,000 points of damage. That is insane. So before we end the video, I wanted to show you guys his abilities. I always forget to do that. That's something that you should always do when you're facing a boss for the first time and it's a new boss that you do not know what they can do. And in this particular case, it was not the buffs on the node that got me wrecked that first time, but it was his abilities. So when I first started playing Marvel Contest of Champions, and really up until probably a year ago, I didn't know you could do this. So I would just jump right into the fight. I would look at the active buffs, just like what you saw me do there. But I know you can do this now, I just forget. Alright, now as you were reading this, you'll see that the damage that he does when he nullifies your buffs was much lower than what I said. It was about 3 times the damage that I saw listed here. As you see, I don't know why. I see a lot of information about the genetic material, and perhaps that is enhancing the damage that he's able to do when he nullifies your buffs. So there's still a lot to learn about this particular guy, but I look forward to being able to acquire him in the game, even as a 4-star. It looks like the nerf to Doctor Strange, this is their apology to that particular nerf, which I still don't agree with. But we got it done. That is the epic mode, also known as uncollected. If you enjoyed the video, if you found it useful, consider smashing that like button, helps me out. If you have not subscribed to my channel already, please consider giving me a subscription. Leave a comment below, let me know what you thought about this video. If you would like to support the channel, there are links in my description to help you do just that. and you guys have a blessed day.